Hello, my name is Omar Herrera Arismendi. I'm the founder of the Ponce Project, and I'm very excited to have all of you here. This is the first time we do a concert at Hawaii, so this is a full house, so it's exciting. It's probably twice as exciting because the artists tonight are close friends of mine, and I can see a lot of new faces, so that's great. Thank you for being here. There's a lot I can say about this, but what I would like to say briefly is I founded this. I'm from Mexico, and I found that there is a kind of cultural colonialism that started, 500 years ago, and somehow in music and in culture, specifically music, I would say, is almost unnoticeable because we've been going through this for so long that we don't even realize that the general agreement, I guess, the tacit agreement is that we need the okay from Europe to say that the art that we make here is good. And you can see that in the curriculum that they teach at schools, right? If they teach Asian classical music, or Latin American classical music, or African classical music, it's always like an extra class, right, that you take if you're interested. But it's not part of the curriculum. And that's what we're trying to do here, is say, hey, we're here. My opinion is not that relevant, I guess. I think that the music is as good as anything written by the great composers from Europe. But I'm saying my opinion is not that relevant. I think what is relevant is that the music is heard, yeah? So we play the music, and then you guys decide if it's good or not. And then we're also trying to have the scores. Because I found out that although there's some prejudice for playing this kind of music, a lot of people do want to play it around the US and Canada and Europe, but finding the scores is a problem. So I used to complain that the symphonies around the country always play the same pieces, Wapango and Charles II Symphony and all that. But part of the reason is those are the scores they can find. So one thing what we're trying to do is to publish scores, to find music and make it available for everybody. So tonight's performance, it doesn't include all Latin American music. It does include Gina Stera, which is great. We always have to include one. And I'm very excited. I guess all of you know Jose and Francine, but if you don't, they're great musicians, and what really inspires me is that they are not full-time musicians, they are full-time something else. And then they find time to prepare this program. How do they find the time? And they're passionate about it. So when they were gracious enough to join the board, I was excited. And then we put this program together, and I'm sure it's going to be great. The rehearsals have been pretty good and exciting, and I'm very much looking forward for this. So again, thank you everybody. And here is Jose and Francine.
Hello. They always tell you not to look at everyone's faces to keep from getting nervous, but I can't help but see everyone out here. Thank you so much for coming and spending your Sunday with us. There's so many other places you could be, but we really appreciate that you've all come out here to join us today. I think everyone will relate when I say it's been a wild couple of years for the world. And I know Jose and I have felt quite isolated in the recent years, and now that things are starting to slowly open up, we're so grateful that we're able to bring everyone together to enjoy some music. I'm like, wow, these programs are awesome. They make us look amazing. It's really great. And we're so thankful to be able to partner with the Ponce Project and the Kauai Piano Gallery. And they didn't pay me to say this, but Kauai is my favorite piano brand. It is a dream to get to play this shigeru, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. So the first piece to kick off this milestone concert, milestone because we've known each other for 7 years, but we haven't been able to put together a full concert, and it's great that we're finally able to do it, and I see friends from before we met and after we met, and it's so wonderful to have this community of people on our side and here to enjoy it with us. I hope you enjoyed the first piece, which was Jula Juli by a wonderful composer named Rina Ismail. And when we happened upon it, we were like, wow, this is really beautiful. We have to play this. And you'll see that it's kind of ironic that it's the newest piece on the program, but we started with it because we felt it was a wonderfully calm and peaceful invocation to invite everyone in and kick off the program. I hope you enjoyed it. And the second piece is, we're going to travel back in time a little bit to 1917. Poor Claude Debussy, you know, he was dealing with a lot of turbulence in his life. Well, he always dealt with a lot of turbulence in his life. But at this moment, World War I was happening. France was having food shortages. His friends were feeling a lot of depression. He had cancer. A lot of things were kind of working against him. And kind of as his last hurrah, his plan was to write 6 sonatas for different instruments, but he didn't quite make it. The violin sonata is the third and the final one that he completed. And in fact, the performance, I believe in Paris, was his last live performance before he passed away. And so with all that background, you would think the sonata is very dark and depressing. And there are moments like that, but much like Debussy's signature style, you'll feel moods shifting, capricious, unexpected, moments of happiness and joy, perhaps thinking back on his life as a whole. And it's a beautiful piece. We're really excited to play it. It's 3 movements. And I think Jose was more excited about this one than me when we started learning the notes, and I'm like, oh my. So we hope you make it through. Thank you again for coming. Please enjoy the Debussy Violin Sonata. this is just a little cheat for us to get our breaths between the pieces. Gosh, well, so that was Debussy. So now we're going to leave France, and I know a lot of us here are native Texans. Jose and I are both native-born Houstonians, lived here most of our lives, grew up with the visions of the rodeo and the cowboys and the prairie skies are wide and high. So I'm sure many of us in America have heard of Aaron Copland. He did Where's the Beef song. And a lot of his musical vocabulary, I should say, gives paintings of these wide open plains that are very characteristic of, Texas and maybe Wyoming, places in the US. But you may not be quite as familiar as the next composer. His name is Alberto Ginastera. And I actually learned that he preferred the pronunciation Ginastera. I'm not saying it wrong. He preferred it to Ginastera because of his Castilian Italian background. So that's something I learned, because when I learned Spanish, it would have been Ginastera. But he grew up in the Pampas of South America, which are like big open plains. And you'll hear in his music some very similar vocabulary aspects to Copland. Big chords, spacious sounds. He sets a scene for you. So the next piece, Pompeiana number 1, will open with the setting of putting everyone in the prairie. It's lonely, it's vast, it's beautiful. And then he's going to shift to introduce you to the gaucho culture. And gauchos in Argentina are like cowboys. They, ride horses, they herd animals, they use the bolas, which is a couple of weighted balls on a rope, and they throw it and it tangles the feet of whatever they're trying to catch out there. And they also dance with these. It's amazing. It's like a mixture between flamenco and using like kung fu dart ropes, and they're swinging them around. It looks very dangerous, but it's very exciting. And they kind of have their own version of the rodeo. I read that one of the challenges gauchos often will undertake is they'll ride their horse full speed toward the corral gate, and as they approach it, they'll jump off. And as the horse passes beneath the gate, they will land in the saddle on the other side at full speed. So at some parts in this piece, you'll probably hear the excitement of the rodeo, the excitement of the galloping gauchos, and of course, a Latin American composer represented. We were so happy and grateful to bring you this program. We hope you enjoy the final piece, Pompeiana number 1. you.